What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 2nd of May today. We are sitting at about $2.23. We have about 21 hours left in the day, and we're looking at a couple of different indicators that we normally look at here. We got the stochastics and the MACD pulled up on the daily time frame. We'll go through a bunch of different time frames. We got some other stuff to talk about that we'll get into, but here you are at 223, looking good. I like that you're finding support above prior resistance. Your stochastics look fine. You got the blue line crossed above the orange line. You've got a bullish cross going on here, and you're bouncing off the 50. So this could provide some benefits and some growth in the short term, but you just need to grow. If you pull back at all, if this crosses back down, you likely will go to the oversold zone. That likely would promote prices that are below $2, something around like $1.90, $2, and that's fine. Go there. That's fine. It's a higher low nonetheless. I'm not expecting that you do that. You are crossed positively now. Just prove me right and continue to grow, right? That's all I'm asking for. As far as the MACD goes on a daily time frame, you're doing some significant stuff here. Yes, your daily MACD has been building bullish momentum here and there, right? And now you're decaying a little bit. Yes, that is happening, but both of your oscillators, these lines here, these moving averages, they have moved above the zero, which is actually a very impressive thing to do, and oftentimes a really good thing to do, right? Here you were below the zeros. When you finally moved up above the zeros, I mean, you saw what happened there, right? It was phenomenal. It was a good time. So just continue to grow, right? This bullish momentum, the histogram will turn green. The lines will begin to separate. The blue line and the red line will be pointed upwards and crossing more above the zero. This really could be a prime setup right now to see a fantastic breakout, at least on a daily perspective. This would assume that, over the coming days, if not within the next week or so, we should see some upside price action take place. And I would assume, based off the stochastics, probably today, tomorrow, like we need some to the upside, like in a short amount of time here. So 3-day time frame, looking at this, stochastics are pointed upwards, looking really nice, looking like it wants to go to the overbought zone. You just flipped your 3-day MACD green for the first time since January, since the end of January here. So phenomenal, looking good. Your oscillators are below the zero, right? And you can see here it's really when the red line gets below the zero that's oftentimes a bad thing. But you had a false, I guess this would be a false signal, because you got below the zero and you stopped dead in your tracks. In all fairness, once you got below the zero, that's whenever you really tanked and you saw prices below this support zone here. But it was kind of a false signal. Now we're crossing back to the green side. I'm assuming we'll come back with a quickness and with, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, with some vigor, man. It's going to go to the upside, and we're going to see some new all-time highs here pretty damn soon. That's what this is making me think. So good job there. Good job on the stochastics. I like the way that looks. If we look at this relative high to relative low here, you're also above the 382, consolidating between here and the 0.5. That is a good posturing to see the golden ratio and beyond. So prices around $3, even above $3, could come at any day now, any week now especially, right? If we're looking at the weekly time frame on that note, weekly histogram is dying off. We've got our oscillators firmly above the zero, very far above the zero there, and that's fine. As soon as we move up, I would say probably with this, we would need to be above like $2.70 on a weekly closing basis, maybe a little bit above there, and that would give us a green cross. So that'll be something to look forward to. Stochastics on the weekly time frame look good. The further out you zoom, the better it looks on the stochastics, which tells me that as time goes on, maybe the path is not so clear on a daily basis, but on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, the path is clear and it's to the higher side. The daily path could be a little bit more clear if we get some continuation to the upside today. If we can move back above, like $2.28, $2.30 especially, stuff like that. If we can get above there today, that daily path would look very good, and then building momentum on the MACD as well would be good to see as well. Looking at the monthly time frame, just to wrap up this portion, let's see here. Monthly time frame looks fine. I mean, the stochastics look fine. The MACD is fine. I don't have any problems with this at all. With this here, yes, you're decaying in bullish momentum, but being on a monthly time frame, right, your histogram can come up, you can get a lower high, you can get another lower high, whatever, and then you have like double bearish divergence or something like that by the end of the cycle. I think that you're fine. I think that you're postured in a good position here. We're going to take a second to read about this real quick. XRP traders predict new all-time highs, whoever these traders are, right? As ETF approvals odds rise to 85%, which that's great, man. 85%. I don't know if we've had that high of an approval rating. I remember back in the beginning of the year when Trump first got inaugurated, maybe it was like a week or two after he got inaugurated, the odds of XRP's approval for an ETF by the end of the year, it was something like 15%, or it was pretty low. So 85% is a big deal, guys. That's a pretty big deal. I'm sure they're getting that off of Polymarket Key takeaways: XRP ETF approval, yes. Following an SEC leadership change, of course. You know, the lawsuit got dropped and all that stuff. And that's pretty much the significant thing there. I know that might seem silly, but that is pretty significant, right? The ETF, people accepting that the ETF is basically inevitability at this point, will provide higher prices, and speculative investors will be coming around just to participate in the next crypto, the third crypto that will have an ETF approved, right? Which would be XRP. Let's move on. Let's look at this here. So I got XRP on the ribbon. Right, on a weekly basis, you can see here that we're looking pretty damn good. These moving averages are set up really well. On the ribbon here, it's the 20 EMA to the 55 EMA separated in increments of 5, so that's the whole ribbon there. You're looking very bullishly poised. I like that you're above the ribbon. Just stay above it, right? We want you to stay above the yellow line, which right now is at about $2.15. Stay above there. If not, that could promote trouble ahead. Who knows? You could even see lower lows than this. I doubt you do that, though. You know, I mean, just looking at the ribbon, talking plainly, if you were to go below this, and I didn't know anything else about crypto, I didn't know that this was XRP, this was just a random chart, I would want to say, okay, you're probably going to go below the ribbon if you go back into it. You're probably going to see prices below like $1.60 if you go back into it. But because this is crypto, because I'm fully aware of the environment we're in with the crypto space and with Bitcoin, and I expect everything to be moving up, I have a really hard time seeing XRP going down. So even if you do go below, I'm assuming you'll be fine. You'll still provide a higher low, but just do me a solid, man. It would look better if you just kept moving up. So just keep moving up. It's okay if, 2 days, 22 hours left in this week. It's okay if you go down there and then you come back up, but just close weeks, keep closing weeks above this yellow line. Make this ribbon start to expand, right? That's what we want to see. 3-day time frame here. The ribbon is getting very tight, and more of a reason here why we want to continue moving upwards, right? We don't want to move down because we don't want this ribbon to cross bearish. That really, man, if this ribbon crossed bearish, that might make me think that we do go down. It's not convincing, but it could be. This contracted like this, coming up to the ribbon like this, we want to get some separation, cause it to expand. That would really give us a cause to continue to run, and we're in a really bullish setup right here, guys. With a ribbon this coiled up and you're just on the brink of breaking out to the upside, I really do think you are on the brink of breaking out. You get that expansion, it's really good, right? Like here, coiled up and then boom. Coiled up right here, I guess, to the downside. That's not really the same thing. Coiled up here to the downside and boom to the downside. You know what I mean? Coiled up and then boom. You see what I'm saying whenever I say coiled up? Like the ribbon here is expanding. It's expanding, and then here, both these lines, the red and the yellow, they're tightening. It's getting tighter right here, coiled up and then expanding, right? Expansion equals bigger moves in whatever direction the ribbon's pointed. Right now, thankfully, it's pointed to the upside, so expand, do it. It's asking for it. You're literally asking for it. It wouldn't surprise me if within the next 2 days, if not within the next 5 days, we saw some dramatic upside. That's my expectation. Looking at the daily time frame here, we've also got a nice posturing on the daily ribbon. This is what I was really wanting to talk about, is that we're about to cross this to the bullish effect. Again, bringing the sense of urgency to XRP to move up soon, continue to move higher, right? You've got these very bullish setups all around you right now, across not just the ribbons, but on the stochastics as well and on the MACDs as well. If you move higher, it's like right there, man. It's like you can reach out and touch it. So do that. Just touch it. Get up there, Ultimately, we want to see you get above 255. That would help validate this as a low and validate the notion that you are going to see new all-time highs. But just cross this ribbon bullishly, man. It's going to be good. The last daily cross that you had, that was bullish, right? The last time the yellow line crossed bullishly, that was this move here, right? And I'm not saying that it's going to promote that same move. There's times where it crosses that it doesn't. But even when it crosses here and it's less significant, it still moves up, right? It's still good. So, just do that. Move up, keep moving higher. I would think that by the end of the week, if you're at like 230 or higher, you're going to look like you're crossing this. So that would be a really good look. And then, finishing it off here, we got a little bit of a standard situation here. I got a couple moving averages on here. The 50 is the yellow line. The 200 is the red line. XRP was looking like it was destined for a death cross here on the daily time frame, and it avoided that. Right now, what you're doing is you're finding support on the 50 instead of finding resistance on it. Instead of finding resistance on it, you're actually finding support like you did back here. Sometimes you respect it, you don't always respect it. Let's just see. You respect it at times, right? But preventing this bearish cross from happening is really nice to see. So again, just continue to grow here. You're looking like you want to, finding support here. Your moving average is turning the tide a little bit. It seems to be turning. Let's get it to cross more, continue to run. If we're looking at the daily RSI now, looking at the daily RSI, you are postured really well as well here. Lower trend, lower highs, lower lows, that whole shebang. You've broken out of that. You're looking like you want to get to the overbought zone. The great thing about XRP is it hasn't even gotten into its overbought zone yet on the daily time frame. We're cocked and loaded. We're ready to go to the upside. All you got to do, man, move up a little bit, get that daily RSI in the overbought zone. That's going to be a powerful signal that sends you launching higher to higher prices, right? Prices above $3 and even to new all-time highs in time. So we're set up on so many indicators, you guys, to move up higher. We got to do it. That's the last thing to do is just move up. Weekly RSI here bouncing at the same areas that we bounced from before whenever we found this move up. We had a very bullish cross. We're just consolidating after the fact. I think that we are ready to move up higher, man. On the weekly time frames, the 50 isn't as significant, but at times, you find resistance and support here. We found support near it. I suppose it's more bullish than it is bearish. You're so bullish you can't even interact with this line. What about the monthly time frame? Yeah, monthly, we don't have 200 months of existence yet, but yeah, it doesn't seem to respect that as much. But either way, monthly RSI looks good, daily RSI looks good, weekly RSI looks good, all of that looks good, and we avoided the death cross here. So XRP, you're loaded, bro. You're loaded. The bulls are loaded and ready to go. So go forth, my son, and prosper. It can, it will, it's going to happen. XRP is about to rip, you guys. I really do believe that we're going to see prices that are not just above $3, but at new all-time highs, ultimately setting us to targets that are at, probably like $11 or more, right? But by the end of June, by the end of July, but by the end of June, if not the beginning of July, is my expectation. It's going to be fast. And I know that it's been boring for the past couple of weeks, but this consolidation is actually really nice. And I think it's setting you up, man. And we can see that in the price, but we can also see that across all these indicators that we've gone over as well. And people are picking up on it, man. 85% chance. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, guys. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. And real quick, before we end the video, don't just take anything. Just because it says 85% doesn't mean it has to happen, right? But in crypto, oftentimes these percentages, whenever they're saying 85% or 99%, that means it's actually not likely to happen. That's actually normally what the truth is. But these days, we're getting our approval odds information for whatever from Polymarket, and they're actually pretty damn reliable. They have some accurate odds there. So because you have to, because you can place bets, so you got to be accurate if you're placing bets, or you have to be appropriate at least that way that you can make the odds appropriate for the payouts and for the bets. How much someone has to bet in order to get paid out. If you're acting like it's not going to happen, but you know something on the inside and it is going to happen, you're allowing people to bet on something and make a killer payout. Where if you're being legit, you're being real with it, you're at least mitigating that, right? You can't. We've never had something like this before, right? Polls or like any kind of stuff like this to get an approval rating. It's all just been kind of a trusted third-party source. That is it trusted or is it not trusted? But Polymarket really is trusted. So all I'm trying to say by this is don't just read 85%. Don't read 99% likely to happen just from anything and assume that means it's going to happen. The headlines are liars. But this, I'm pretty sure it's from Polymarket. Let's see. Let's see. What is that? What the hell was that? Let's see. We can look at Polymarket real quick, actually, just to confirm that. But I'm pretty sure it is from Polymarket. Polymarket. Let's get it. Come on now. My internet's really slow today, you guys, for whatever reason. You don't got to see this. We're basically just validating that this percentage came from Polymarket, because I am assuming, in all fairness. So let's just validate that, right? Because tonight I'm going to validate. Politics, sports, crypto. We want crypto. Hit me with the cryptos, baby. Bitcoin price on May 2nd. Well, let's see. Where is XRP? XRP. Where are we at here? Let's see. Where is it? U.S. National XRP Reserve in 2025. XRP all-time high. Where are you? Should I just search it? XRP. I thought that it would have been easier to find. Where's the ETF? Is that all we got? There's no ETF? ETF. Ripple ETF approved by July 31st. Okay, Ripple ETF approved in 2025, 78%. Maybe it was 85% a day ago whenever they made that prediction on the polls, but 78%. That's still, even if it's not 85%, we'll change the headline and say 78%. This is significant, you guys. This is actually very significant. Okay, that's all that I wanted to say. I just wanted to validate that these statistics were coming from somewhere reliable, and Polymarket's pretty damn reliable with their statistics. Okay, take it easy, you guys. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think XRP is on the way up. It wouldn't surprise me if over the coming days, coming weeks, coming months, we're going to see some spectacular price action. We just got to be a little patient. That's all. We're so close. Okay, bye-bye.